Party people, what's going on? This is Samaj Marsh. I'm the founder of BlueDeathValley.com. I want to welcome you back to a special GHOE edition of Inside the Valley, the podcast that's devoted to relentless coverage of A&T football. Of course, I got my two co-hosts here tonight to help me out. First off, former A&T wide receiver and a Greensboro native, my main man, Dougie Fresh Brown. What's up, Douglas?
Hey, Aggies pride, baby. GHOE.
Okay,
that's all I got, man. I'm already tired, response. Man. Why, they've been working me like a slave. I'm already tired, man.
Man, bro, this has been a week. Hey, listen, you don't understand the half, man. I've been going 100 miles in every different direction. One thing about GHOE, man, especially for people local, there's a lot of work that goes in it behind the scenes. Everybody's calling you and they want to find out what's going on. Like, man, you got to get your house clean and get everything and your ducks in order. So it's not really a vacation for us right now. We kind of put in some work.
Not for the faint of heart, man.
No,
not for the faint of heart.
It's work week.
Hydrate Craig, now. Go ahead and start hydrating now. That's my tip for everybody.
Hey, Craig, you know all about it because you're in the mix. You are the currently serving as the president of the Greensboro chapter of the AAF. Right. You're also a long-time insider and a beat writer on BlueDeathValley.com for over 2 decades. My right-hand man, the brains of the operation, it's Craig Turner. What's going on, Craig?
Hey, it's homecoming.
Yeah.
There's about 25 parties for a square inch, and I'm gonna try to hit every one of them.
Okay, CT.
Man, I can dig it, man. Well, first off, we got this has been kind of a somber day here in Greensboro. We had some horrible news, incident near campus involving one of at least right now one of the our freshman students, young female. I think she was a business major, and there was a party or something like that. So it was a shooting. There's chaos going on in the world now, and 2 people were shot, killed, and I think 4 people were injured, and they're still trying to gather information. So would be remiss if we didn't send out our condolences and prayers and everything to the people involved. It's terrible, man. Darren Brandt, he's a big-time comedian of one of the legendary Aggies. He put something on social media just asking all the young people to be safe this weekend. And really, as alums, we live vicariously through you. We come back for homecoming to see our friends and people, our classmates, but we also want to see what this current generation is doing, walking in the same place that we walked at. So we don't want to see anybody in harm's way. So just please be safe and don't. Especially if it's off campus, man, just use your best judgment and try to avoid any nonsense. Yeah, Doug, that was kind of rough one. No problem, go ahead, Greg. But Doug, that was a rough one, man. Hearing that news, man.
Yeah, man, that's a tough one, man. It's one of those things. Unfortunately, you get more and more used to or accustomed to hearing, and seeing those bad news stories, man. But it hurts double time when it's family, when it's an Aggie, and to be right here at homecoming and that young lady just kind of starting her journey, as an Aggie is unfortunate, But prayers for the family and for everybody else involved. But we got to do better. Like that was Darren Brand's message. It's like, hey, we got to do better. Top to bottom. Enjoy homecoming, but be safe. We got to be safe. Everybody wants to go home to their family at the end of the day. And everybody wants to have a good time as well, but just think about everybody else involved, man, and think about your surroundings. Be conscious of your surroundings. Don't hang out anywhere that is not a good place to hang out at. And house parties. This time of year when you can't really control who's coming and who's going.
Yeah, it's like you want to make sure that circle is really small, and just classmates if you can really control that, but. So we do have other events going on this week. We got the step show, I think, still, and I'm so old, man. I don't know what the whole schedule is, but I just know if you look on social media, it's just jam packed with stuff. If you got a few dollars in your pocket and a little bit of fire in your spirit, you can find something to do this weekend. But
absolutely.
Craig, I think you can speak for both of us that our focus is on Saturday about 1 o'clock, and that's that football game.
Yeah, 100%. It's first place. There's a three-way thing going on between Gardner Webb, Campbell, and A&T, but the two big guys, Campbell and A&T, were finished 1-2, and this is a huge game, huge on both sides. There's a lot of trash talking coming out of Bowie's Creek. They've been doing a lot of talking,
and
a lot of talking.
I know that Mentor was kind of, real high motor guy in pros, but I didn't know that he was that rambunctious, at the press conferences.
Yeah.
And he'll call his shot because he was talking a lot. He was talking a lot of noise going into their previous game against Jackson. They went to Jackson State's homecoming, and they didn't fare too well. But he was talking a lot of noise there. I don't know if he got humbled, but he seemed. He seemed still pretty confident when he's talking about facing us. He was at the press conference, and he said basically he's got to shut down Tootin, and I guess his game plan maybe is to try to get Fowler to beat him, and he talked a little bit about jump ball U, and as much as he knew, he singled out. Oh, he singled out Caldwell.
Caldwell, yeah.
He said Caldwell was the guy to watch.
That's what he said. Yeah. So I know that'll excite some guys. So yeah.
And Craig, I'm pretty sure Zach Leslie's like, what about me?
Oh. Yeah, really. And what about Sterling Burkhoff?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he don't know the half. That ain't the only one.
Or Nick Dobson here recently. He's just he's getting in the mix. I don't worry about too much for that. I mean that's for the fan base. He's trying to get his guys mentally up. They had a big game last week, I know, and he's just trying to keep them from coming out flat. Because if they come out flat in this environment, they're liable to get their heads handed to them early.
Well, look, guys, we're gonna do a deep dive into this matchup and then talk about some more house keeping stuff with GHOE this weekend. But first, this is a special occasion. We back to GHOE. Let's go ahead and return to the greatest 37 seconds on the internet, the Inside the Valley intro. All right, now I'm ready. We had our energy was kind of low to start off, and so
now gets old.
So now I'm charged up fully, man.
I'm up now. I'm up.
And that's Craig, that's gonna be the challenge for Coach Washington because when you're in a winner take all kind of game, it's not really elimination game. But it's super big. I mean, and everyone circled this game on the calendar as soon as the schedule came out, right? So we knew what the stakes were when we started off 0-3. We were like, we got to get back to above 500 in time for Campbell, and then this game right here will pretty much right all the wrongs, all the issues that we had, and the misery and the self-loathing that we were going through, in the first part of the year. That'll be all forgotten if we get a big W on Saturday.
Yeah, no question about it. Winning makes everything go down a lot easier. We're playing better and better each week. The last 4 games have been like a stairway going up steps. We're getting a little bit better every time, and I like where we are as a team right now. We seem to be playing. We're playing together. We're giving an extra effort. We're coming out with some fire in our eyes. We're getting off the hot starts, and I think that's important. In the beginning of the year, we weren't doing. We were very slow to react, and we didn't really pick up the pace until we got down to some really powerful teams. Played better second half, but we needed to get out to good starts. And I think the South Carolina State game was really the test, the mental test.
That was the turning point.
It tested our mettle. Are we in it to win it? And that really was the question. And the kids turned out big time against South Carolina State. We ran the ball down their throat, and I don't care who you are. You don't run the ball down South Carolina State's throat. You just don't. And we did it. And I had a feeling then we figured out what we found our identity as a team. We like to run the football. We're built to run the football. I've been saying that since before the season started. We're built to run the football. Run the football, master the short to intermediate passing game. Everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah. And Billy J, I see you down there. Hold on one second. And Doug, I think that we kind of found that identity. In my opinion, I think it was that Duke game. Because when we were running that ball with Tootin and even getting our quarterbacks outside the pocket with Brick Handler and still getting stuff done with our feet, I think that showed us that we got not above average, we got a superior offensive line. Our offensive line is the real deal. It held up well against an ACC team, and that kind of just changed our whole identity because we got away from that nonsense we did it in Charlotte, throwing it 48 times a game. We realized that wasn't the recipe, and I think now to beat A&T, you're gonna have to find some way to stop that running game. You agree?
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. But you heard Coach Mike Mentor say it. We're not just a one-dimensional team, and we got some tricks up our sleeve too, right? If you want us to take away the run, we got some guys on the outside that can jump ball you to death. But we also got some guys that can take the short throw and take it a distance. We haven't necessarily shown that as much as we have in the past, but I think Saturday is the perfect chance, the perfect stage to put it all together and to come out there and do the things that we know we're capable of doing. You go back to the Duke game, which you spoke of, and in Coach Washington's words, that was our first little bit of success, right? And he talked about stacking success. And I think we've been able to stack success on top of success. Small wins, some big wins, but it's all about the details, right? The devil's in the details. We've been able to do some of the small things and change the tide on some things that were not necessarily our strong points, but we made them our strong points, right? We're much more disciplined team. If you see our team kind of jogging around the field or in and out the game for the most part, those last two games, man, pedestrian at times you would think, right? We just weren't that team that looks like we're out there showboating and getting personal fouls and penalties and things of that nature. And we talked about it, man. You turned on that game last week down in Jackson, and everything. We look like choir boys, right, in terms of how we celebrate after stuff, because they celebrate a whole different way down in the SWAT, right? We were talking about that Thriller. So, I think we figured some things out. We grew up a little bit over the last couple games, and it's sometimes you can grow over losses, and sometimes you grow by winning, right? We needed to have that success, and we said that at the beginning of the year. Let our guys taste what success feels like, and then let's see where we can get to, because we are a new team. We are a young team that's learning our way a little bit, right? We're not necessarily those teams of the past. We had to figure it all out again. So kudos to those guys for getting on the right track. We're on a win streak. A couple weeks
4 games, man. 4 games.
Game. Y'all, it was 2 games. Y'all laughed at me. I said, two is a streak, right? But that's because I know how things get rolling. And here comes 3, and now 4. It feels like what? We're 1 game away from going undefeated in October, right? So we said we had to win October, or nothing else matters. Here we are, and the bottom line is, we really want to talk about this 0-0 heading into Saturday. You got the 2 top dogs, and
and that's what you want. That's what you want. Yeah. Yep. All right. So guys, Billy J, Aggie 94, we see you down there. Just hold tight. But we want to bring in our first special guest of the evening, and man, you talk about bringing that intensity and getting revved up. This guy right here was pretty much the heart and soul of that Blue Devil defense. In 2 years he played here, and left a lasting mark. And I hope he still has a little bit of eligibility left, because I would like to slide him outside there if we can. At least on 3rd downs, man, on Saturday. Well, let me bring in one of the all-time favorites for BlueDeathEye.com, former player, Mr. Headless Horseman, Antoine Wilder.
How y'all doing?
What's
All
up,
right.
got a
Wilder?
helmet. I got a helmet for him.
He don't need that. He don't need that.
He don't wear no helmet.
He don't wear no damn helmet.
What's up with y'all?
My man. Hey, so listen, Wilder, man. First of all, it's been too long. Definitely want to bless you for joining our show and helping us out. But this is a big week. This is homecoming. You know how important this is. Just give me your overview of this matchup, and what are your thoughts about us going against Campbell?
My thoughts right now, they shadowed a little bit because I know the players at Campbell.
Yeah, you have a connection on a couple guys, right?
Yeah, the star quarterback, he went to school with me in high school.
Oh man.
Yeah,
hang with the enemy.
Yeah, he called me when he transferred from Army, and he called me to come to A&T.
You could hook him up. You couldn't hook us up, man.
Nah, I put him on the phone with the coaches, and the coaches basically told him he was too small, and they was gonna go with Jalen Fowler at the time. They was bringing in Kingsley or something like that. They was like they got Kingsley inaugurated.
Oh,
Ifedi, Kingsley Ifedi.
Yeah.
They was bringing in him. They was like, we taking him, and he said, okay, you better hope I never play you. That's what he told Coach. And Coach bust out laughing. So we used to clown him. He used to come watch us play all the time because he's my boy. So he used to always come back down and watch us play. And he know the whole team, like my whole team, man. He know everybody. So we used to clown him and joke and John. Y'all don't want to play us. Y'all can't see us. Then all of a sudden you see Campbell on the schedule, but we all gone. And he called us like, hey, I got y'all. Y'all ain't there, but y'all better be at the game. I'm about to put on a show. So I'm excited for the game. It's gonna be a great game, I think.
Oh man! So I know that story. So you're talking about Hodge Malik Williams, the do-it-all star quarterback for Campbell.
Yeah. He wanted to come to A&T first. He called me first.
That hurts, man. But
he called me first.
So now he has a little bit of extra motivation. You're saying?
Yes, that's the scary part. I called him just to try to talk junk. That boy say so. He pick up the phone. Don't call me this week. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to none of y'all. It's personal. And hung up the phone.
Wow. Okay, so that's something to chew on. So look, Wilder, go ahead and give me a scout report. You know this guy probably better than anybody, around right now. You know him. You go to your high school. You're friends with him. Give me that honest scouting report on Williams.
You got to gang tackle him. Don't let him get out that pocket. You got to make him play true quarterback.
Yeah.
You can't. That's really it. Don't let him get out the pocket. You got to just let him sit there and facilitate. But he's a learner of the game. So, even my brother Artie, who played for Jacksonville, he played DN. Hodge just sit there and talk to Arden about D-line. He'll talk about what the D-line do to make them so great. He's a real student. He want to know every position. Right. So that's the only scary part. He's a scary player. But
that's it, and that's important because I tell my quarterbacks I work with. I said you got to be like one of those kids who take a wristwatch apart just to find out how it works. You got to have that curiosity. You can't.
He asks so many questions. You'll be like, bro, shut up. Stop asking me questions. He'll get to that point. He'll ask the safety what y'all do or what y'all hate and stuff like that. He one of them type players. You just got to let him play quarterback. If you get to let him be Lamar, it's going to be a bad show.
It's a bad deal. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. So tell me, the Blue Devil defense that we got right now. You got your man Stuckey. He's playing a lot better. We got Roberts in the middle, and then of course, Ty King's. He's having a breakout year. What do you like about what we're putting out there on defense this year? How confident are you that we have the answer?
I like the offense better than defense this year.
Oh man, okay. Why is that?
I like.
We lost him.
Did we lose
Yeah.
him? Uh-oh. He was about to break it down too. Hold on. Let me see if you got a
Something wrong. Why don't hit talking offense? What happened?
He jumped in the G-Wagon and then we lost. Oh man. You still there? Wilder. We lost him. We'll get him back. We'll get him back. Man, he was about to break down the code, man. And one thing about Antoine Wilder, that's why we wanted to get him on this show. He is true, sir. Like, don't ask him a question unless you want to know the answer. So he says that he actually it has a connection with Hajj Malik Williams, the starting quarterback at Campbell, and according to Antoine, we almost had him. He wanted to come to A&T, but we passed up and chose Kingsley Effetti instead. You know how their recruiting goes. You have a certain amount of people that you slot each year, but man, it's hard to pass up on that, especially if somebody's ready and willing. That's crazy. But
shout out Kingsley Effetti. You know, three-star out of Charlotte Advance, you know, transfer from ECU. So, you know, at the time, you look on paper, I mean, we were happy to get him, right? So, yeah. I mean, I think you recruit to your needs, and at the time, I think we were in the market for a backup quarterback, someone to push who was our number one guy at the time. You gotta like Effetti's size, so I guess, you know, is what it is. That's why they get paid to recruit. We get paid to. Well, we don't get paid. we get to be fed. We get to be fed, right?
Yeah. So, Wilder, you back now?
Some of us do.
Wilder, can you hear me? I think Wilder's still working on his reception.
There, yeah.
You back now? You can't hear. See, you're on the move too much, man. You were good for when you were in the house. You had to hit the streets and you got crazy signals. All right, so we'll try to get you back. Hold on, we'll work it out. I want to hear that story because he's about to break down. He said that he was more impressed with the offense this year than the defense, and so he was going to give us his expert oversight on maybe some things we got to show up before Saturday. But so Wild, when you good, just hit me, give me a little chat in the private message. Let me know when you're ready to come back on, and I'll slide you back through. So Billy J, come in there now. Unmute yourself.
Billy J.
What's up? How you doing, guys?
You never catch him in two places at the same time, man. He gonna post up at a different spot every time.
Yeah.
So Billy J, we ain't gonna be here long night, but tell me about that. What do you think about that bombshell that the Headless Horseman just dropped? About
that was a good one. I didn't know about that one. Very interesting to hear that. Hey, sounds like he got extra chip on his shoulder. Yeah, he got some extra motivation. But I got another bomb to drop. That I don't know. I think I posted on the Blue Death Valley website on Facebook. Yeah. Mike Mitchell, the coach, had some things to say about the game as well. And he was basically saying, you know, how to stop us. And he was basically saying the same thing that that Craig has said and Doug has said on the things that we do well, right? We're known, and Craig has said out plenty of times, we're known to run the football, right? Yeah. And that we're known as jump ball U. And that's the same exact thing that Mike Mitchell said. So, with that being said, I hope Coach Barnett saw the interview, but I think Mike Mitchell is going to have a good game plan for us. So we have to be kind of prepared for that. He said, we got, you know, NT is known for jump ball U. NT is known to run the ball. And said, we got to try to do our best. Stop.
Yeah. You know what? He said that. He said Caldwell was the guy he saw on film that stood out. But, man, so give me real quick, because we want to bring Antoine Wilder back in here. Give me your prediction, because I wanted this, because you've been watching from day one. You've been with us day one. Do you feel like we finally turned that page and we ready to get that big W?
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, like I said, and piggybacking on what Doug and Craig said, especially as far as our offensive line. Our offensive line has definitely grown over the past 2 to 3 games. You said, like you said, our offensive line did pretty well against the ACC team in Duke. But not only Duke, look at what our offensive line did against, you know, North Dakota State, #1 FCS team, you know, defending champions. So when I started, hey, if we can run the ball on, the defending FCS national championship and run the ball well against Duke for ACC team, then hey, we're finally starting, put the pieces together. We kind of had a slow start, and down in Charlotte. Oh God, that Central game was.
It was forgettable, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That was like 10 years ago compared to like.
Yeah, right. It's 10 years ago, but like you said, like Doug said, we stacking those blocks. We're putting the pieces together slowly but surely. We know we're getting there, and and then results showed it.
Right. All right. So, BJ, I'll bring you back out, but hold tight. We're gonna probably get you a little bit later on the show if you got minutes. So hold tight. Let me get Antoine. So, Mr. Wilder, you back there? Mr. Wilder.
Yeah.
Can you hear us, man? Still got a delay.
Say it again.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. So why are you so enamored with the offense right now versus the defense? What do you think the advantage the offense is having?
I like that run game.
Yes.
I like the run game. And I think if A&T got a shot at winning, they need to run the ball and keep the ball out of Campbell hands. They got to control the clock. This is one of them control the clock games. Because if you keep going back and forth, if you keep getting high as the ball, I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring game. I feel like it's going to be a match-point game.
Now, they played Jackson State. Jackson State, they didn't mind getting to a track meet with them because both teams were hurry-up offense and, very little time
and Jackson
between
State
plays.
Overrated.
Okay.
If Jackson State played us when I was there, we'll beat them by 100.
I hear you. I think Lamar said the same thing, Doug. Like that's one of those time machine games where you want to get go back eras and you want to get that 2000. So
they got a lot of.
Which team you think was better? Which team would you want to bring, the 18 or 19 team to play Jackson State? If you had to pick one of your teams,
18 team.
18.
You go 18. You don't play. You don't play with that 18. We had too much on 18. We had so much. We didn't know who to start. We could play around and start people.
My man.
You bring that 18 team back. That team with Cartwright and Jermaine. Man. No, you bring that 18 team back, and that Lamar to switch it to Khalil. He played one half. He played a second. You bring that 18 team back. You don't play with that 18 team.
That was a monster.
I feel like in the air, I know this is about to have a lot of fights, and y'all can catch me at the game if y'all want to fight about it. But I like the 18 team better than 17 team.
Oh,
I knew it was coming. I like the 18 team better than the 17 team. We had guys that 18 that the 17 guys couldn't do. Straight up.
Listen, guys, Mr. Wilder speaks for himself. He's not necessarily endorsed by. So you started something right there, man. That's gonna be an
I know.
Conversation to tailgate.
Tell them they can holler at me Saturday. I will be there. I like 18 team versus 17 team.
Wow, undefeated. You don't care. That's 18 special.
I don't care about that. You gotta look at who we played and who they played.
That's the point, man. That's the point. I said, look here, man. You know you have a pulse. You have your finger on the pulse of this current roster. Who is somebody on defense? Let's go back to Blue Death. Who is somebody on defense who absolutely, positively has to show out on Saturday for us to get that
W? That's tough. I can't just say one person.
All right, give me a handful of guys who you feel like, bro, you gotta have time your game of your life. We can't have nothing.
It's gonna start up front. It's gonna start up front.
Okay, who's that?
It's gonna Jermaine McDaniel.
Okay,
it's gonna start up front. He got to lead the D line. I can tell you who guys that I'm very interested in seeing playing against this game. I want to see how Tyquan King do.
Yes, yeah. You know what? He okay, so let me give you my thoughts on him. I felt like he led the team in tackles last week, right? But Doug, if you watch the film, maybe you disagree, but I thought we got a little bit of sloppy in some of our run fits in that second half against Robert Morris. and that's when some of those big runs got broke. We can't have that. We cannot have any mishaps and run fits because, like you said, Williams he's a home run hitter by himself.
Yeah.
And
Teams make adjustments at half, so we'll see.
Karan Prunty.
Wait, now give me your thoughts on him. Give me some truth serum on Prunty. He's a new guy.
I love him. I love him at that corner spot. I talked to him one-on-one. He's a baller for sure. You just gotta let him do his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's long. He's an NFL guy as well. He can go NFL.
Yeah.
Do
you like the way we're using him? You think he should be playing more
guys
man?
who actually go on that defense, not just talking. Not me. I'm a man.
The reception's kind of bad.
Yeah, breaking out.
Hey, Twan, your reception's kind of bad.
Type guy. He playing that zone. We be.
Oh man. Hey, Antoine, your reception's bad. Let me bring you back out and then we'll get you straight. We let them know. But yeah, so man, and see, I love talking to Antoine because he will give you the cold-hearted truth about pretty much everything you ask him. I gotta be careful because I don't want to leave him too much down the line. Let me see if he's back. Antoine, you there? You there? Nah, he's still bad.
Man, he don't get no reception on that jet, man. You know he
I know he's playing. He's on the Concorde on the red eye. Yeah. let me give him a chance to get situated, man. But so he's saying that he believes that the Sinister Six, Mr. Jermaine McDaniel, needs to just dominate from that edge. And
it's gonna be a handful of NFL style prospects at DN playing this game, man, on both sides.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
You know, I'd love to see him be the one to stand out, right? He has some similar skill sets. So we'll see.
Yeah. All right, so let's get one more shot. Let me see if you're straight. Let me give you one more shot because I know you're already busy, and I don't want to take up your whole night. Can you hear us, Antoine?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you're good. All right, so let's try one. So let's just. I know you're busy because I don't want to keep you mess up your whole travel talking football. But check this out. So you think that if we can keep Williams in the pocket, and then we can have just a lights out showing on defense, that we have enough to get that W? You feel like there is a pathway for victory for us?
Yeah, but Jalen Fowler got to be one hell of a quarterback.
Okay, and would you agree that he has improved a lot over the last couple of weeks? Is that fair to say?
Y'all can give him that. I'm not giving him that.
Okay.
The only reason why I'm not giving him that because of the competition he played against.
Okay, gotcha. So what do you want to see from Jalen Fowler to sell you that he's a different dude?
He got to be comfortable. You 6'4",
yeah.
6'5". You 6'4", 6'5". You can throw the ball. You just got to get your confidence, and you got to sit back there and really play quarterback. Look at Lamar. Look at Khalil was not the tallest. Well, he had to scramble a lot to get around, but you really NFL-sized quarterback. You got to just sit back there and really just deliver the ball. And I think he's too old to be getting rattled. He's too old to be getting not comfortable. You know what I mean? You've been in the system for too long. You've been back up for too long. When are you going to just take the show and say, this is my team? You know what I mean? I don't got sympathy for older guys like that getting rattled. And you too old for that. You gotta really, the running back shouldn't be playing better than you, period. He's a young guy. You know what I mean? If he playing big time football, if he can make Superman jumps, so can you. You just gotta elevate to the game. You know what I mean? And that football ain't for you. You need to say that so we can get another quarterback.
That's a challenge, and that's coming from that's coming from a place of love because I know you want to see him successful. And he
was my roommate. He can holler at me too after the game. I ain't going nowhere. Shit, I'm gonna be on the sideline. Anybody got anything to say, I will be there.
My Lord.
But that was my roommate. He was my roommate when he was backup. You know what I mean? And he used to talk to the other guys about how he gonna start and how he want to start. So show them why you starting. Don't just get the position because you're a senior. You know what I mean? Some guys got a position just because they're a senior. Be a guy who you actually earned your position.
Man, so you gonna touch down? When you get in town this weekend?
I get there Friday.
Friday, okay. So you gonna swing by Doug's tailgate at some point?
I will. Doug just got to tell me when and what time I'll be there.
Hey, right outside the field house doors, baby. I got you.
Yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you.
Y'all just call me.
And so I heard that you might be doing something similar like this on your own. I heard you were kind of doing some podcasting and interviewing people. Is that true?
Yeah, I started it. If I'm gonna finish, I gotta do it on my own. Or some people who really dedicated, because the people I was doing it with, they were still playing ball themselves, so the schedule got kind of hectic.
Okay.
We interviewed J.C. Horn. I wanted to do a collaboration with y'all with some of the NFL guys I know.
Okay.
And strictly like tell the story on how like the HBCU players get treated and stuff like that. I'll go get someone like Daryl Johnson and Mac McCain. Mix them up with the guys who got the big picks. I like tell they different sides of the story on how they got treated in the league, because it's different and people don't know that. Like they get treated totally different.
And see, you would be able to elicit responses from them that I couldn't do, because you've been in the trenches with them. So that's gonna be a home run. I can't let me know when you get started back up again. You roll out your own brand, and we will promote it as much as we can. I think I still owe you a website or something too, man. So let me know whatever we can do to help. But I know that I'm looking forward to when you behind the mic and you interviewing folks. That's gonna be crazy.
And the guy Karan Prunty, when y'all was asking how would you play him, I'll let him play man to man. And everybody, if y'all want to run zone, cool. But that guy, I make him follow the best receiver all night long. So you gotta show why you that guy.
He'll be like
I'll put him in the 5. I'll put him in the 5.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea too. I like.
He'll go to slot. He'll go outside. He'll go man to man on the best receiver at all time. And if we're gonna run zone, we can run zone behind him or whatever. We'll run like a box and one.
And so, Doug, who's taking his spot? Is it Cole? Is Cole starting in Wilder's old role? Is that
who's filling in at the moment? I mean, we got Cole out there,
Yes, Salahuddin.
Salahuddin out there. So by committee right now, but I don't care who's out there, as long as we get the job done. We need the production. If it's one guy or 3 guys, so I just want somebody to make the big plays and the big hits like my boy Wilder used to, man. We need that. We need that energy.
So when you played against Alcorn State in that Celebration Bowl, that was a kind of a fleet-footed quarterback. What was your kind of like keys and responsibilities? Because you were playing, I guess, that field safety, right? So you had to watch out for a lot of stuff. So how did you game plan as somebody who's an athletic running quarterback?
See, I watch film so much. It's crazy. If you ask anybody who played with me on defense, I used to wake up. I'll wake up super early, me and Coach Lance, and we'll watch film while I get on the treadmill in the morning while everybody sleep. I used to watch film going on the bus to the hotel. I used to watch film from the hotel to the till we go touch the 4 men of A&T. I used to watch film all the way up into game time. So I watched it so much. When I see formations, I know the plays. So that's where my advantage came from. And that's what I was trying to show the guys during the season, kind of later on in the season, when they were like, why you be watching this so much? Why everybody talking and listening to music? That's not helping your game. You know what I mean? So I go watch film on, okay, this formation, this tight end doing this. He like to do this or he like to do that. And when you get all your guys watching film like you, so I'll try to be responsible for the Sams and Rovers. So every Sam and Rover, we'll have to watch this film. and I make everybody come watch the film early and late. So we'll watch so much film with the Samson Rovers, it'll be drilled in our head. Coach Lance won Coach of the Year every year I was there, because we know every play coming. And if you get the whole defense do the same thing, the game gonna be so easy. I've been really read off players and stuff. I just read off formations, and that told me what he's gonna do.
Gotcha, my man.
Some formations gonna tell you the whole play before it's even happened.
And so you had that conceived notion of what was going to happen, because you almost had 2 interceptions in one of those Celebration Bowls, right? I almost
had like 6 interceptions, man. I dropped every one.
Yeah, but you were there though. Like you was jumping those slant routes or whatever they were trying to throw. You kind of had a sixth sense on it. But man, I hope we can kind of steal what you got, and our guys can adopt it for Saturday.
They just need to watch film. That's all. Tell them to watch film and keep watching film. And when they start, they're going to be like, oh, that actually worked. Oh, he running this. And they're going to just start playing football. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. All right, so how can people keep up with you? Because everybody now, you kind of broke the internet tonight with some of this information. So look here, how can folks stay abreast of your movement on Twitter or Instagram? What's your socials?
I got Instagram at backend point guard, BACKEND point guard.
Right.
I got that name for some of the guys. On Twitter, I ain't really much on Twitter. I'm just on Instagram right now.
Okay. We gotta get you that website. We gotta get you at AntoineWilder.com. That's something we're gonna do before the new year.
Yeah, I just branded my name, so I just got my consulting license.
Okay.
I'm starting nonprofits for these NFL players.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah.
Okay. So we catch you on Instagram, and we'll see you on Saturday at the stadium. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be some heavy debate on some of the things he taled about tonight.
Yeah, man, I like 2018 team, and mainly because I'm on the team, and I went on 17.
Yeah. Hey, so you said 17 had to play you, they would have had at least one loss, huh?
Man, they would have a loss, man. Like I'm gonna say it on camera because I ain't say it for everybody. 17 team, y'all had number 4. He from Atlanta. What's his name?
You talking about Strickland? No, Hickland?
Nah, he from Atlanta. He Marcus.
Oh, Albert.
He ain't better than me, period. I don't care. Route covering, tackling, nothing. And yeah, that's period. He ain't better than me. I would have started on 2017 team if I was there.
My man. Okay. All right. So that's definitely gonna be one of those debates we pick up on Saturday.
And that ain't no debate. Tell them to look at the stats. Go look at the stats.
Oh man, shots fired.
They go ask Coach. That's what you do. Go ask Coach Wash.
Okay, we got to do that. I want that after for real, that's press conference. I'm gonna ask him who's that better. What was your position? Were you rover or?
You can ask him at any position. It don't matter. Huh? Okay, it don't matter.
My man. All right, Wilder. Well, you be safe, man, and we'll see you on Saturday, man. Appreciate you coming out again tonight, man.
All right, thank y'all.
No problem. Take care, bro. The headless horseman, Antoine Wilder. Shots fired, man. Like I said,
you ain't lying. You said you want a truth serum. You got it.
I'm too old for this.
Double dose.
Listen,
whoa!
I'm too old for this, bro. Because I love that kid. Hey, listen. When I tell you, you give me 11 Antoine Wilders, and I'll face any offense you want to roll at me, and I like my chances. The dude, he's a dog, man. He will not quit. He don't slow down. Douglas.
Yeah, one speed. Just one speed.
Not bad, guys.
That's all right. But man, I hope you were able to hear.
What this?
So So he go ahead, your man Wilder, he threw down the gauntlet. He said that he was, the best rover, strong safety, whatever position you want to put him in the last couple of years, man. He's calling out guys for 17 team. He's adamant that 18 would beat 17 because he was on there. So we might have to get a rebuttal down the line for some of the 17 guys. But look here, it's getting late now. Let's go ahead and bring in Billy J and 94, and we can talk a little Aggie football with the group. All right, so 94, what's going on, man?
Hey, fellas, how we doing? I hope
everybody's
everybody's
all right.
All right, Billy J. All right, so look here, before we get talking football, Aggie 94, give me your homecoming plans. What's the move?
We're getting in late Friday night. Baby girl, they have their last home football game, so she has to cheer.
Okay.
And get that in. So we'll be coming in late. But after that, Saturday, wide open all day. So it is what it is. Before we get into it, I just want to extend my condolences to the family of the young lady that lost her life. I actually made it to Greensboro today because I had to lay eyes on my baby girl today.
Man, and you know what, man? I was talking to my wife. I was like, if you got kids and you send them to college, you almost feel like you like mission accomplished, right? Like you got them through life, and they're going on to learn their trade, their profession, and they're about to go out to the world and just do great things. And to have it cut short like that, not even the first year, it's the homecoming of your first year. That's crazy, man. And I don't know what can be done. I don't want to have a whole, rant about safety and violence and whatever, but I saw that statement that Chancellor Martin. If y'all don't know, Billy J, I don't know if you guys saw, but Chancellor Martin put out a long, detailed statement today. If you get a chance, go look at it.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh man. Maybe at the end of the show I'll kind of read some excerpts. Craig, you see that statement he put out?
I hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen it today.
Yeah,
I heard about it, but I hadn't seen it.
I usually don't see Chancellor Martin kind of go that into details on stuff like this, but I think he's like all of us. He's at his wit's end, and he's kind of just talked about we just got to do better, and I'll find a link to it and I'll put it out there. You guys read it for yourself. But
we gotta be safe.
We got this football game Saturday, and Wilder, he challenged our starting quarterback, his former roommate, Jalen Fowler, and he says that he's not going to give him props for beating up on these winless and one-win teams. He wants to see it on the grand stage. Is that 94? Is that fair for him to say that?
Thriller, I agree with him. I don't even know why you came at me because you knew what I was going to say off top. You already knew that. I agree wholeheartedly.
What about you, Billy J? Are you still in the wait and see mode?
No, I'm with him. I'm with Wilder. I completely agree. We play a Robert Morris team that hadn't won the game, so not seeing it.
Okay, so Craig, tell me if I'm wrong here, but you can only play the teams in your schedule, right? Like you can't pick up an Xbox controller and just play like the 85 Bears, right? You got to play your schedule, and if you don't perform well, right? If you don't perform well, right, you don't get a mulligan because it's a bad team, right? You don't get judged.
That doesn't say that we're not pleased with his performance. Absolutely. But
right, So look, big name. Fowler named Big South co-offensive player of the week. He only had 4 touchdowns, 297 yards passing, no turnovers, and we can't have a party for that.
Well, I give him credit for that. I give him credit for the good things he did.
Yeah,
it's true.
Solid football.
He made some good plays. He made some good, solid plays that haven't seen him do all season. He made some good, smart throws, some good adjustments that he hadn't done all season. Regardless of who he played, So it's definitely some improvement in his game. But come this Saturday, he got to bring it.
What does
Dude,
Bill Belichick always say? On to the next opponent, right?
Hey,
Right.
Doug, chime in, man. Help me out here, man.
hey, all that's well and good. I mean,
Yeah.
ups, he's had some downs, but it all doesn't matter anymore, guys. It's all about this.
Right.
And that
Yeah,
is
that's right. It's all about Saturday.
you can make your name, right? You can ride Carter, right? You can go out here and throw down like Khalil did in Atlanta, and put his name in the upper echelon of Aggie quarterbacks for eons to come, right? Guys are gonna be watching, but the best thing for Jalen Fowler to do is go out there and, believe it or not, just be Jalen Fowler, right? The one thing we say about Jalen Fowler is he seems unbothered, right? He seems the same whether it's nobody in the stadium and it's a scrimmage game or it's homecoming and we got 21,000 in there, right? With no seats left. So hopefully he can manage himself and be even keeled. We just don't want to see him get too down and put his head down, right? It's a long game.
Yeah.
And in his case, regardless of the opponent, anytime he can have some success and throw for 297, that's a great thing, right? Because he doesn't have a lot of experience doing that.
Right.
So,
and really, if you look, since the Duke game, he has been stacked. What all we say is continue to improve, take the next step. He has taken the next step. Okay. Yep. He lost out to the quarterback battle. Part of that was due to COVID, right? And so he started off second or third on the depth chart. He didn't play at all in Charlotte. Goes to next week against Fargo. Didn't play exceptionally well, right? And at that point, I remember I asked at the press conference, Coach Washington, and Coach Washington said he was almost effectively done with Fowler. He seemed like he was just going to throw in the towel and go with the young guys rest away, right? So we go to Duke. He plays super well. He had a turnover, but he also had some dimes that were dropped, and I thought he had a strong showing. Injuries happen. He has to step in against South Carolina State in a must-win. I don't care what nobody said, even if it's non-conference, it's still a big game, and he showed out. We had to have that game, correct? We can't move. Let's not move the goalposts. We had to have that game. Right. We had two quarterbacks go down in the first quarter. Mm-hmm. Jalen Fowler, what they say, Doug? If you don't have to do what? If you don't have to,
you ain't got to get ready.
You're ready. Yeah.
If you stay ready, you got to get ready. He stayed ready. His number was called. He went in there, balled out. And every game thereafter, he's gotten better and better and better. And now it culminated last week with Big South Player of the Week. I'm sorry, I'm not going to take away. I love that kid too much to take that away from him. Hey, Tyler, unmute yourself.
Is Tyler already on the yard?
Mr. G-Ho.
He's always
the yard man right there.
Mr. G-Ho.
King of the yard right there.
Hey, if you didn't know that G-Ho had officially started, when you see this man and he's alive for at the moment, then G-Ho's in progress. And
yes,
when you see him sprawled out, that's when G-Ho's over.
Yeah.
A young respectful lady took me to dinner, so I'm on location.
Okay.
So yeah, I just wanted to quickly weigh in.
Yeah.
The maturation of Jalen Fowler to me came on one play. Particularly, he's got all day in the pocket to throw, which was, of course, offensive line, that story all year.
Yeah.
He goes to his first read, not there. Second read, not there. Moves to the pocket to his left, finds Basil Tootin, makes a perfect strike, and Tootin does what he does. But the fact that he is back to doing that, because remember, Tootin scored on a similar play from Tootin's first career touchdown was on a similar play at Hampton last year. That was his third or maybe even fourth read. And the fact that Jalen has gone back to that is a very, very, very good sign.
So he's seeing the progress. He's seeing the field go through progressions. Yeah.
We wondered that after he got hurt against Furman, we wondered where that was last year. If the first read wasn't there, he'd take off and go. And lots of times he did. Lots of times, he was able to, get some yards. make some plays. But now, if he's making progressions like that and being on target with his throws, then look out. Because this team, once we have that, this team will finally see its full potential. Now, I've said in my columns that this team is more of a reflection of a Bill Hayes team than it is a Broadway or a or a Washington team, because we rely so much on a successful running game and a big offensive line. But during the Hayes era, the quarterback play was, it never really got above mediocre except for maybe 2 or 3 years, and those happened to be championship years for Bill Hayes. So once the quarterback decides to make a play, and once he's successful and having the confidence to go out and trust his receivers to make those plays, then the sky's the limit for A&T.
So is it a consensus here that all you guys are putting the weight on Jalen Fowler? Like, he has to have a good game? You're not?
No.
Okay.
No.
Why 94? Why not?
Run the ball first. First and foremost, we have to run the football.
Run the ball.
But you understand, Mentor is going to do everything in his power to take that away. They're going to load that box, and they're going to stop. They're going to, like Bill Belichick always takes out one player. Mentor's going to try to take out two.
I don't think they are.
You don't think so?
I mean, I think they're definitely going to try to stop the run. I don't think they line up with trying to stuff 8 in the box and say beat us the other way. I think they believe they can get pressure with their 2 defensive ends, and I think they can stop the run with their D tackles in the line. Look for those guys on the edge to be trying to. I'm putting a lot of earnest on our tackles. That's why I'm putting the earnest on now. Our got to play well. We gave up some hits to, Robert Morris, right? We had some blown assignments up front and got our quarterback on the ground, right? We got to be great up front. Those guys are athletic, right? And we got athletic guys like McDaniel practice against, and Harrell and all those guys, but we got to play our best game consistently throughout the game up front. That's my thing on both sides, right? We're saying the battle's going to be run up front, but I'm looking at the tackle matchup versus the D ends, and then of course as a receiver, I'm looking at the matchups on the outside. I think we'll be able to run the ball. We've proven that we can run the ball pretty much on anybody. I've said time and time again that I don't care who you play. Most times you're not going to be able to run up the ball, line down and run the ball on everybody. At some point, you're going to have to resort to your passing game. And you saw that against Robert Morris, right? We were dogging him out, and they made some adjustments, right? They made some adjustments. And then we had to adjust and put the ball in the air a little bit. So teams are going to do what they can to stop the run, whether it's stacking the box or whether it's just blitzing or applying pressure. But you got to be able to make the next adjustment. I want to see us be productive in the second half. I want to see us roll out and do some things we haven't done. And you're going to see our best game plan and our best effort here in this next game, because I think we've been building for it. I said weeks ago, this is a game we have marked on the calendar, and I thought we were going to game plan and coach to that, right? Back when, like I said, we were playing guys or rotating guys, and everybody said, what are we doing? Everything that we kind of done after the second game in terms of pressing button and coaching-wise, I think has built to this moment and has benefited us, right? I can't name too many things that were bad coaching moves that, hurt us. I think most of the things we're talking about now were things, whether it's the offensive line, whether it's the run game, whether it's Jalen Fowler's quarterback play. I mean, we got to attribute some of that success to his quarterback coach, right? And the guy who's calling the plays, right?
Barnett. And like I say,
Barnett.
I know y'all like to hate on Barnett.
I know. I was finna go there. Barnett, he's got to be on his game.
But look here, guys. Everybody's talking about Williams, right? So, Doug, everybody's been talking about Williams. But this guy we got, on our side is not chopped liver either when it comes to run ball. Let me show you a play from last week.
And one-on-one in the slot.
Jalen Fowler flushed. He's going to run up. He's going to take off. 20, 15. Jitterbug move. Leaves his feet and dives to the 12.
Break down and make the tackle. Right there.
Fowler just evaded everybody until Dakari Campbell could get underneath him.
So look, we talked about everybody, everybody's talked about Jackson State and how Williams had that signature touchdown run against Jackson State. That was the same play. He's Fowler stepped up, juked somebody. He just didn't have that breakaway speed, but he still got him a bunch of yards. And here, let me show you another play, okay? Because I hate when everybody just kind of has this. They seemingly kind of forget about the positive stuff. They only harp on the negative. So let me show you another play where Jalen Fowler is being an athlete and he's making things happen not only with his arm.
Need that linebacker to get to that hip, to the curl right here, meaning that making sure that underneath route.
Quarterback draw. First down. Jalen Fowler called his own number that time.
So that's once again, that's your quarterback on 3rd and 4 saying, I'm just going to be an athlete and I'm going to get what's needed. And then, of course, I'll tell you right now, you can say how athletic Williams is for Campbell, but I don't know if Williams can throw a ball like this.
Here's Fowler.
Watch the
Throws
crossing.
long down the right
Ball
side, and that ball with a fight in midair is completed. Beautiful jump catch.
Yeah,
that's a great catch.
DB could have just got his head back around and go through.
It was a good ball.
I'm going to put it up to my man, right? I'm going to give it to the best athlete. I feel he got mossed on that one, guys.
All right, so 94, help me out here. When you see somebody throwing dimes like that and making plays on the ground with their feet, you still on the fence here? You still saying you got doubts, right?
I'm going to go with previously. Don't need Jalen to try to win the game. I just don't want him to lose it. If he keeps playing the way that he's playing, we'll be fine. I mean, just my biggest thing is just protect the ball. And the one thing I will say about this past Saturday, no turnovers, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
We did put it on the ground. We got it back.
Yeah, we got it back.
It wasn't a turnover, but hey, let's keep it off the ground. We've had 2 games to clean up those mistakes, so hopefully we don't see those Aggies, right? 94.
I just want him to protect the ball and use the weapons that he has. I mean, he's got some tools to play with. Play with him. I mean, I just don't want him, to get to the point where he's thinking he's got to win the ball game, because when that happens, that's when he, becomes a liability.
All right, so Billy J 94. Before we let y'all two go, both of y'all give us a quick prediction here. What are y'all seeing is going to happen on Saturday? Start, Billy J.
Well, I think, me first.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I think we're gonna have a good game. Like I said, it's momentum. Jalen's got some good momentum going forward. He's got good momentum last week. So our running game is doing good. Defense is stepping up. The play calling, like to your point, they definitely stepped up and gotten better. You starting to use our tight ends more and spread the ball out when we needed to. So I think which would be very effective against Campbell, knowing that Mike Minter, I have a good feeling he's going to try to stack the box.
Billy, you're a Panthers fan. You can't trick us. I know you used to have that Mike Minter's jersey.
Yeah. I am a Panthers fan. Yeah. So, yeah. So,
that makes
my prediction,
insider, Billy. That's what that is.
Yeah. So, like Mike Minter said, he kind of gave us a little taste of what he might plan for us. So, I think we're going to count on that.
All right, and so you got a score. You want to go ahead and predict the actual score here for us?
Ooh, I say
close. Blowout. What?
I would say close. I'll say 21-14.
Okay. What about you, 94?
21-14 Aggies.
Game's gonna come down to special teams. I think they're gonna go score for score.
Yeah.
34-31. Money Brown. 18 seconds left in the game. Kicks the game winner.
Money.
37 yards out.
All right. So
I'll rush the field like Clinton.
Get ready. It's gonna. The game's gonna hinge on special teams.
All right. So you gentlemen gonna be by? Y'all come by the tailgate after the game. Y'all gonna be in the mix. Or what's the plan?
If Doug will have me.
Man, you always welcome, 94. You know that, man. You come on down. Come on down and join the crew, man.
Yeah. Hey, at 94, I think you have a point, man. It might come down to special teams because I don't think Campbell has a good field goal kicker. So that might come into play.
That might be the weak link. All right, guys, we gonna let y'all go. We gonna see y'all on Saturday, and y'all please be safe driving down. Wait, you stay in Greensboro, Billy J?
Yeah, I'm here in Greensboro.
Okay, so you in the mix already, but
Yeah, I'm all right here.
Nice. Well, you be safe on that highway, and we'll see you. We see y'all Saturday morning, man.
Oh yeah,
right, so
I'll be
All
there.
right, 94. I'll be up there. I'll be a little 94. I'm a little late anyway, but
Yeah,
I might have to take the elevator up this Saturday. I might have to take the elevator up this step. Boy, woo.
well, I can't promise you I'll be in at the kickoff. I mean, I got to make my rounds.
Yes,
but
sir.
I'll see
Hey,
y'all.
Doug, I might see you at the tailgate after the game.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll make it to the track. So somewhere in there, I'll at least make it inside the stadium. I'll catch the kickoff and everything in between. So I'm excited, man. It's
Okay.
gonna be great.
All right, y'all be at the track because I'll be at the game.
All right, yeah.
Y'all be careful, be safe, and we'll see y'all.
Yes, sir.
Sometime Saturday.
We'll see us. All
Oh
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Safe travels, man. Safe travels.
94 and Billy J. All right, so Craig, let's get back to this. Let's wrap this one up. This gonna be a short show tonight, man. We're not gonna be here too long, and we were thinking about doing a Blue Death After Dark, win, lose, or draw on Sunday, because I know there's gonna be a lot of emotion, man. Because this is a big one, and this is what you want, man. I mean, when you come to A&T, when you play Division I football, you hear about the atmosphere, the HBCU culture, the bands, all the accoutrements that come with playing black college football, and now you're gonna see it. This is gonna be that Chamber of Commerce day. It's gonna be great weather. 22,000 people gonna sneak in that building and jam that place packed.
It'll be more than that. It'll be more than that.
Yeah. It's that track gonna look like I can only imagine if all the band people how they be just having people in I think that's supposed to be like an Air Force flyby, the airplanes. Man, they breaking out all stops. I told Craig before we started, I said this kind of feels to me the closest game I can compare this to, as far as the build up, was 2001 when we played FAMU. That was that Mo Hicks game where he ran for like 76 yards. But that was kind of those like the top teams in the MEAC, and these are the top teams in the Big South, even though Gardner Webb is still undefeated. But Craig,
dang, I can't let you do that, man. There was a championship game played in 03, and the two top teams in the
was that Hampton?
Hampton did come to town and catch that L, and we did celebrate on the field and hoist the trophy. But I mean, not the same anticipation. It was a rainy day. It was late in the year, so it wasn't homecoming.
Who caught that slant for the
Byron Bud Phillips?
To this day, and Doug, you gotta tell me, man, because his brother was Damian. His brother was the quarterback before, and I think Rico Watkins, Casino he threw a slant behind him the first time, and then whoever the coach would say, like, just try it again. Same play, the next down, and this one hit because they were playing like zero coverage almost, right? They were just playing. Yeah. And then he called me that slant, and he took it. And to this day, I don't know how he got walked down. that thing jumped on his back.
Them little legs was giving everything he got. Bud had some skinny legs, man, but he was quick, man. He was like he was in and out of his breaks, and Bud had a few knee surgeries. I definitely feel his pain now, but he had battled through many knee surgeries, and that was a kind of signature moment for him, man. And I was happy. Couldn't be happy for a guy to make a play. And we talk about being a receiving core, and of course I want to be the guy to make that play in that moment. But you learn to be excited for your brother,
right?
And hell, they won us the championship.
So you were getting shut down that whole game, right?
Oh, shut down? No, man. I had we rotated out. I don't think I did too much, man. I probably did more spectating that game and cheering and tussling with linebackers, man. We tried to run the football, so. That was one of the games where Brown was in there blocking more than catching passes. But my roommate Kenny Perry caught a big touchdown in that game.
Yeah, T-Bone had an interception. Remember
T-Bone had an interception.
They were trying to target T-Bone. and he stood up in the goal line and got a pick in the end zone.
A big pick. Yeah. So man, those are the memories, man. That's what you remember, games like that. But hey, those guys will have a chance to write their own history and make some more memories this weekend. One thing's for sure, it's a game that those guys will always remember, and a game that we'll remember Jalen Fowler for. So that's why it's a big game. It's homecoming. You hear Jay Walker, every time he gets on television, what's he talk about? 93 homecoming down here in Greensboro. That's his signature game, right? And I'm sure he played in some other big games, but he'll always tell you about the day he came down here to A&T and won that game in 93. So it's special, man. It's a special place.
Craig, do you think that Coach Washington is giving this game the Bill Hayes treatment, meaning he's been kind of putting his little game plan together for like the whole year? You think that he has like there's so much stuff that he's already ready for that because Bill Hayes, he used that FAMU game in '99. That was like his vision quest, and he just thought about it for a whole year, and he had the perfect answer for the Gulf Coast offense. You think Washington has the answer for Campbell's offense?
Yeah, I think it's something similar because we've gone off the grid this week. If you notice that with our coaching staff and media and everything else, we're completely off the grid. We've been letting Campbell do all the interviews and all the media stuff. Yeah. You haven't seen Coach Washington since Monday at noon. That's the last time you've seen him. You haven't heard anything out of the camp. We're not on social media. None of our guys haven't seen anything from any of our guys on social media. They're locked in, and I suspect that they've dissected film probably for the last month, getting ready for
Craig,
this game.
I'm gonna piggyback on what you said before you go, Craig. I mean, two things. I got to get, and I'm gonna give some kudos to the coaching staff. Yeah. But definitely got to give them kudos. And this, I don't want this to go unnoticed. How excited were we to see A&T wear a new helmet for the first time in the program?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So not only did we roll out a new helmet, but strategically we did it in a game where the guys weren't going to be worried about, how they look, right? Or they worried about it, but they know they look fresh. They pick it out the helmets. But you didn't do it at homecoming, right? When your guys would have been worried more about their appearance and how we look and working new helmets than focus on the game, right? Yeah, and I told you how much I like when we went radio silent last December and we weren't in the media, right? That shows me that we're focused as a program, right? We know when to turn it up and have a little fun, but we also know when to lock in and get the job done. So hopefully that'll show on Saturdays. But I got to give those guys credit for that, man. That doesn't go unnoticed. And you got to throw Trina in there too, right? We've been on Trina, when we're going to get a new helmet, this and that. I thought it was classy. I thought it was new. The guys loved it. And, we got some options going forward.
And Doug, you have to break in a helmet. Like the helmet, you can't just put on a helmet and, it'll be perfect fit. It has to, I'm pretty sure hopefully they practice with it. But maybe that was kind of like the breaking in process. And they might end up wearing the helmet again on homecoming. Because, a lot of people asked us, how come y'all didn't put out the uniform thing last week? And I'm sorry to say that the university, the football program, has put a information embargo on uniforms. So all of our sources dried up. They had a mandate that no one could tell BlueDeathEye.com what they're wearing a pregame. So that's I guess they want to control all the information. I can dig it. Hey, if it gives you if you feel like it gives you a tactical advantage by having all your information in the house, if it results in W's, I don't care.
When I saw that score 30 something or nothing, I said, hey, we better wear those helmets the rest of the year, man.
Right.
Hey, load it up. I'll be in my same gold shirt out there Saturday at some point when it's game time because
hey guys, with it. And we've only seen the gradient jerseys that one time in Charlotte.
That's the only time I want to see them at this point. Because
I'm saying I just know how money works, and they don't grow on trees. They might want to get their money's worth.
We'll get it in again, but it's got to still have the stench of the loss down there, and so we can get that washed out.
So you don't think white helmets, gradient jerseys, and like blue pants, that might not be the look for Saturday?
I'm a classic guy on homecoming. I want to see a classic look for us, but it ain't about me. Let those guys do whatever they want to do.
Young boys,
As long as the stadium's full of blue and gold, I'll be happy.
Got you. All right, so guys, we're gonna cut it short a little bit tonight. But like I said, we're gonna try to do a Blue Death After Dark live fan feedback segment on Sunday, probably around 8:00. We'll put the stuff out on social media. because we I know Craig, you got a lot of stuff to do, and Doug, you prepping, you probably cooking some ribs or something right now. But oh, by the way, man, this is off top. Sorry, I was at Popeyes, right? I was at Popeyes just getting some food, and that line was around like Church Street. So I actually went inside. Do you know they actually brought back the turkeys? They're doing the Thanksgiving turkeys now. They're selling them at Popeyes. They had stopped for a couple of years. So I don't know if y'all ever had a Popeyes Thanksgiving turkey. That is the best thing going. Like if you get, I think it's like $49. So I'm putting y'all down on game. Go there now, get your turkey, put it in the freezer.
Craig, wait a minute, Craig. Wait a minute. Now we got multiple athletes with commercials and advertisements for a business that's right around the corner that has painted their whole building blue and gold colors. That sells chicken. Listen, you over here talking about Popeyes don't have one blue and gold flag up that I know about. I'm going with Bo Hongles.
Yeah, really.
Your neighborhood Bojangles. Stop by and get the Bo box for your Aggie tailgate. This is good. Whatever that commercial said, I love it.
I can dig it. To the boys, hey, hit us up. We inside the valley. We need a title sponsor.
Oh man, I figured Popeyes cut you a check the way you were selling that one, man. You had me wanting to go get a turkey. I'm like, man, that's not even on the tailgate.
I thought we had a new sponsor and stuff, man.
Hey yo, yeah. By the way, hey, listen, y'all gonna see us in the mix on Saturday. So y'all got some sponsors opportunities, man. Listen, we got a growing platform. Hit up Craig, Doug, and myself, and run it by us, man. You know, we get us while we, fairly affordable until we, hit that next market share. But yeah, man. So Craig, give me some final thoughts, man, before we get out of here.
This is a game that is going to be hard to handicap. I can tell you that right now. But it's very similar. It's very similar to what we saw when we played Jacksonville State back in 2018. Yeah. Same type of vibe in this game. Both of these teams are really, really, really good. But I don't think it's going to be a whole bunch of points scored. I think both of these coaches are going to be zeroed in on each other's offense, on stopping each other's offense. And it's going to be defensive plays are going to make the day. I think whoever can come up with the turnover, win the turnover battle, is going to win this ball game. I mean, I really do. I think it's going to be a game where, because with either one of these teams, if you make a mistake, you're going to pay for it. Both of these teams score big time in the red zone. They don't have a problem about scoring in the red zone. And if you turn the ball over in the short field, whoever does that is going to lose.
Yeah, and
I tell you what, before you go ahead, I'm gonna throw some names out there. We've seen some guys similar, some athletic quarterbacks. Kincaid, Grambling State. Noah at Alcorn State. The guy at Jacksonville State was a very athletic quarterback.
Yeah.
So we faced some high-powered offenses that had mobile, super athletic quarterbacks that going into the game, we were like, man, that guy.
Kennesaw. You said Kennesaw
State. Kennesaw State. That was a low score.
Yeah.
So I have confidence in those guys being able to draw up a plan to slow those guys down. It'll come down to making plays. I hope the game has more of a Celebration Bowl feel than a Kennesaw field. Yeah, and I would love for it to be just as exciting as the build-up, right? Like I think it has that kind of potential.
And Doug, guess what? I don't care how talented Williams is supposed to be. He ain't more athletic than that dude at Duke. I can guarantee you that. Now I guarantee you that. He ain't a better athlete than that kid at Duke. That dude was an athlete. Let me show you. I got one thing. Let me show you real quick too, because I was breaking down, like my mechanics and stuff. I saw something in his game that I think we might just need to pay attention to. So he's obviously super fleet of foot and he's shifty and all that stuff. But as far as throwing, I see some flaws in his throwing mechanics, and it really is when he has to get off a spot and then go back to that spot, and that's when his throwing is a whole lot less efficient. Let me show you right now. When this first play was just a rollout, and it's kind of like a little, I guess, a flood concept. but he's throwing on when he's like rolling out. He's still pretty effective. Watch this.
In motion. Roll it to the right. Williams still looking downfield, fires a pass, and the official said, yes, he did. Make the catch.
So that's a good, that's a good, he eluded the pass rush, got outside the pocket, threw on a run, and, threw it accurate. So, he can't hurt us there. So, we have to be cognitive of that. But,
wow.
Let's show it again.
Let's take another look at that.
Williams did a great job of poise, right?
Good play,
he had a lot of pressure coming his way, and he just played absolutely fantastic there and put the ball on point.
Now, the very next play, he starts to kind of, bounce around the pocket, but then he has to settle in the pocket and get his feet set, and his hips and everything is just terrible. So look at the difference here.
So 1st and 10, Williams in the pocket again. Just throws that one away. He had to dance a little bit.
And that guy's open. I mean, that's in college football, that's open. And you got somebody who has that much, space between the defender and nothing but the sideline. That could have been a big completion if he, would have. If you see Bryce Young, he steps up, he's able to settle and get a good ball off. So when he's moving forward or he's moving when he has to reset inside the pocket, he's not the same guy. If he's rolling out, he can throw that back. Khalil Carr was really good rolling out. But that's something to keep in mind. If we can get this guy to stay in between the tackles, in between the tight ends, then I like our chances. Chances. That was just a little bit of breakdown. We'll see if they try to address that. But hold on, let me bring this guy. That's William Anthony. W. Anthony. Yeah, and
my man.
He's been actually providing some photography for us. And if you go to bluedeathvalley.com and check out my photo link, he has some awesome dynamic game photos from last couple home games. He says no grade at homecoming. Can't make no promises. I don't know what they're doing. But Mr. Lawson is also a freelance photographer. So you reach out to him, and he probably does weddings, bar mitzvahs, a whole nine. He's one of the best. He's one of the best in the business, man. I tell you, I love his work. So that's one of our new guys on the Blue Death Valley.
I'm predicting all gold this weekend. We've gone blue gold.
Last game was supposed to be late. They announced last home game was supposed to be a gold out, and that was kind of like, nothing happened, right?
I didn't know it.
Yeah,
I didn't know it.
It circulated, I guess, on the intercom or something. But maybe, this is a Wednesday, about to be Thursday. If they're gonna do a promotion, it might be a good idea to let folks know. Don't tell people walk up to the stadium and you're supposed to be wearing gold. So
you forget that on homecoming. Everybody's gonna be styling and profiling and making sure that the head don't get wet. That's all. That's all that counts for that.
And the weather's supposed to be pretty good, 7 degrees.
Yeah. It's gonna be partly cloudy, so the usual little sun, little clouds, mostly sun. Should be fine. The temperature's gonna be it's gonna be a little cool out there. So I would suggest you bring a jacket or a hoodie or something to put on, because it's gonna be right around 60, 62 degrees. So it's gonna be a little cool.
Okay,
so our weather report is brought to you from our chief meteorologist, Craig Turner.
Yeah, and also, everybody in Aggie Nation, we gotta stick together here, and really, go to the game, enjoy ourselves, and party and stay safe. But everybody has a job, and we gotta look out for a brother named Tyler Ball, and we gotta, listen, leave no child behind. It takes a village. This is a famous alum, Mr. GHOE, and the last time we had a big GHOE, before the pandemic, it didn't end well for him. So if you see this brother and he's getting a little bit too hype and he's, having too much fun, this kind of tap on the shoulder, like, brother, moderation is the goal here. So everybody look out for Tyler Ball, and let's help him get through this.
Tyler, I hear the steps over at the new student center are much better than the Morrison Hall steps.
By the way, you know what we should do? Everybody should, if you got like an old pillow in your closet, whether bring it there just in case Tyler Ball recreates that scene. So this lay down a pillow.
The city actually put out a new ordinance for that. I don't even think they're gonna let them camp out there. So Tyler, we had to figure something else out, man.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
God,
man.
y'all vicious, man.
That's my guy, man. It's on. It's on now. I got my energy. It's officially GHOE now.
It's GHOE now. It's GHOE, man. It's GHOE. All right, so Craig, let's go let you get some rest, man. And Doug, I know you gotta do some stuff. And man, I'll probably be at the mall or something. My wife, she always at the last minute wants to, paint the town red. Did you get us tickets to this? Nah, you ain't say anything about it. She still thinks there's a chance for her to go to this home game. I'm like, I got some bad news, but I'll bring it to her on Saturday at the parade. But until then, until Saturday, guys, y'all be safe, please, kids. On campus, y'all just hunker down, man. Keep it on the yard.
Come to the game. That's the fun part. Come to the game.
Right.
That's where you have your fun, right?
Yeah.
And as Coach Hay used to say to the football team, homecoming ain't about you. You already home. All right.
Yeah.
So keep your money in. I know, Coach, they done at this point, man. They've already said, just like Zach said, do your thing, and then after the game, you have fun. Yeah. So good stuff, guys.
All right, Craig. All right, guys. So for Craig Turner and Doug Brown, I am Samaj Marsh. This has been GHOE preview edition and Inside the Valley. We're going to see you guys on the yard in a couple days, and we'll be back here probably Sunday talking all about it. So until then.
Can I get an Aggie pride?
Aggie pride?
Pride?
My man. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace.